Carlos Nelson with Cascade Sports. And today we've got one of the top point guards in Kansas, Mr. Zion Young. How you doing, Zion?
Good. How are you?
We all right. Hey, you know how off camera, Zion, I was like, who told you you was a top guard? Tell our audience a little bit about yourself, how long you've been playing, some of the coaches that you played for, and who helped you in your development.
Uh, First, I really started playing out with my dad since I was a little kid, since I was 4. But I've really watched him coach the top players, so I've really been in the basketball game since I was a little kid.
All right. First of all, remember I told you my people might not know your dad. Who's your dad?
My dad's Steve Young.
All right. You said that you watched him coach. Do you remember the names of some of the players that? Go ahead.
Yeah.
Run it down.
My dad's coached a lot of players. He's coached Perry Ellis, Buddy Hield, my brother Roman. He's coached really a lot of players.
So many names. Audience, his dad has put about a dozen NBAers that are playing in the NBA, and he runs semi-coaching AAU and something for years, and knows his way around basketball. And I guess the apple don't fall too far from the tree. I never asked your dad, did he play ball?
No, I don't. He played basketball in high school, but he played baseball in college.
All right. So go on with your story.
Yeah. Since I was a little kid, I really just had the ball in my hand. I really ain't explored too many other sports because I feel like basketball is a sport for me. Like I don't.
Tell our audience what your measurements are.
I'm a 6'3", 170 guard.
What teams have you played for during the AAU season coming up to where you're at now?
Well, my whole life I really played on one team, but just in different age groups.
Which team was that?
The Kansas Players, my dad's team.
Your dad's team? Mm-hmm. You got any notables on that? Did y'all play this summer?
Not really. Well, I played up with in like a couple tournaments. I really trained the whole summer, every morning and every
all right. You know what? See, like when I first started my company, they had a big tournament here. All the shoe companies. This is like 13, 14 years ago. And what you talked about doing, that's the European model for the summertime, where they work on their game. They don't be on those circuits or nothing. They're in the gym. And I'll never forget the head of Adidas company. He was saying that there were more Europeans coming into the NBA and such. And he thought that we should change our training model of our kids, that they should be working on their personal skill set in the summertime. With that being said, and you've been around basketball, how do you feel that affects your game versus just being with a traveling team?
Well, I feel like you get to the more understanding of what you need to work on coming out off of the school season. You know what you need to work on, like right after the school season ended, I got right into the gym, working on my shot, working on the little things I needed to improve on. So next year I become 10 times better.
All right. So what I was saying to you, you have just at one time in your career, I would think, not just paid attention to your game in the summer. You was busy with the traveling team, trying to travel and what have. What do you think is more advantageous for you and has improved your game more, traveling, playing against these players, or working on your game? That's what I was asking you.
I would say traveling is good depending on like what circuit you're playing on. Like if you're playing against like on the circuit, yeah, you're gonna get better playing on the circuit, playing against the top kids. But if you're like a kid like me and don't have a circuit team to play on, I would really just train and get better because I've really gotten so much better. And this year, I'm gonna try to get on the circuit team. I don't know.
Yeah, I just feel those type teams, they're good, but they're basically good for the starters.
Yeah, I feel like if you're not one of the top two like prospects on that team, then you're really there just to support the main players. Like I don't really like that. I like being the dude.
Ow, you like being the man? Yeah, all right. How that's the way you gotta feel. Cause you out in the ocean, you are one of the top players in this geographic area. And I think you realize that there's a whole lot of kids out here your age want to eat your lunch.
Yeah.
And audience, let me tell you this. Every time I'm trying to get the interview with him, he's training or he's trying to do some things to move forward with basketball. I was getting into it with him. Hey man, my time is valuable. But he's got a goal and it seems like he's trying to reach that. So right now, your high school. Let's talk about high school.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about your freshman season and where you go to school at.
Well, my freshman year, I didn't even get no varsity burn. I was at a school that I didn't really like, so I ended up transferring to campus my sophomore year, and we went all the way to state.
How much playing time did you get?
My freshman year, I didn't get no.
No, I'm talking. You said when you transferred. Let's cancel freshman.
When I transferred, I played the whole game.
All right. So you say you one or two. What's up? Or three?
Well, last year I didn't really get to play point because we had Stevie and Jaden Hall at our point guards in Sterling. So I was really like, I got the fourth key. Like I was really the fourth player. But this year I'm number one. Like,
you like that?
Yeah.
You tell me, what goals have you set for yourself? Have you set any statistics that you want to achieve?
All state, all league, first team in all state, first team and like everything. I want to.
All right. Well, hold it. We know we want that. Let me tell you this: when I interview the scrubs and I say, I'm like, all right, I'll let you get away with that. But I said, goals for yourself, specific goals. I wanna score so many points. I want to have so many steals. I want to have so many stops, so many rebounds, assists. Have you said, that's how you get to be all this in all world. They look at the stat sheet.
Well,
what you looking at?
I don't really set my how I play off of goals. I really just go out there and play. But a goal for me, I want to break Stevie's scoring record, which is 40 points. So I look forward to that. I'm gonna if I get that, I'm gonna.
All right, now I talk to you off camera, so you can give me the correct answer on this. On a 1 to 10, what's your handles looking like?
Handles a 10. I've been working.
You ain't got no 10.
I've been working all.
You got crossover?
Crossover.
Man, I wish I had your coach or one of your teammates on here. Usually I have a coach or a teammate, so they had to co-sign, huh?
Yeah, I'm gonna get my teammate on here.
Yeah, all right. I think that's the one I'm gonna do after you. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna ask him about you. Yes, all right. So where you like to shoot at? What's your spot on the floor?
Top of the key.
Top of the key?
Mm-hmm.
You got a crossover, son?
Yes, sir.
1 to 10. Don't play with me and my audience, because we'll have the camera on you when season start.
I'm gonna say my crossover is an 8. It's an 8 or 9. 8 or 9.
Yeah, go ahead.
I get straight to the buckets. Like I don't really
All right. So then, if you going, this is one of our axioms and one of our mottos. Do you go hard in the paint, bro?
Yes.
Or do you tiptoe through the tulips?
I'm dunking.
You going hard. You Conad, taking no prisoners, taking heads. So tell me, you dunking. You didn't even say I'm laying it in. All right. Yeah. All right. What do you consider the best part or the best attributes of your game?
Well, this year I really
no, in general, hold it. This is your attributes in general.
Okay.
Yeah, not just this year. What do you think you know?
I would say first, I play fast. I like the game fast. And I like getting the whole team involved. So I would say scoring. I don't know. Scoring.
What you described somewhat as being a general on the floor. That was one of my other questions to you. The game is on the line. Y'all got 1 timeout. You got 30 seconds left on the clock. Your team gets out of sync. Can you get your team back in sync without the coach calling a timeout?
Oh yeah, yes sir. I can get my team. We're everyone knows like I'm a point guard. I can get us all into
get back in sync.
Yeah.
And that you know what I'm talking about, right? How many times have you been in that situation or close to that situation?
I haven't played a game with like our new team, but
I'm talking in general. You playing ball, seeing the team get out of sync at the last minute, and the clock is running down, and you got the ball.
Well, it's a lot. I don't know. I can't count on my fingers.
You've been in that situation a lot?
I've hit a lot of game winners too.
All right. Now let's get on to another subject. With Cascade Sports being home of the student athlete, how important is your education to you?
My education is important, knowing that if you want to go to the next level, then like if you have goals and trying to go to college and play basketball, you can't go there without your education. You have to
What's your grades looking like personally?
I have a 3.4.
All right. Have you didn't name any other coaches besides your dad that helped you with your game? Who would you say has done that? And what life lessons have you learned from different individuals that are helping you grow into that student athlete? Who's helping you know who you are? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I forgot to mention my Coach Davis and Coach Cleaver from my school. I forgot to mention that.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying, if they contributed, you should know who helped you. I can tell you, for the most part, a dozen people that helped me develop into who I am now at 70, that influenced me, teachers and different things. And a lot of times they don't get their propers, because by the time you get where you're at now, whatever coach is working with you, it's like he made you. But there were a lot of other coaches, dads, mom, that contributed. And so I like my athletes to have a chance to honor that.
Okay. Well, my Coach Cleaver and Coach Davis, they're always on top of me on my grades, making sure like I'm on time to school, making sure like I'm on top of everything. Like you can't really do no slacking around them. Like you got to be on.
All right. So on having closing comments, what would you have to say to a young eighth grader that is basically on the same treadmill you on, trying to get in school? What advice would you give them getting ready? They're in the eighth grade now, or ninth graders, on what they need to be paying attention to move forward with their education and their sport?
Well, first thing I would say is fear nobody, because really, if you're a young kid coming up, a lot of kids are scared of the upperclassmen. The upperclassmen, like they'll try to bully you, they'll try to do all that. They ain't nothing. Just stay to yourself. Fear nobody.
What you have to tell them about their grades, man?
Oh yeah, and for sure, stay on your grades too, because if it comes to game time and you got a D and an F on your grade card, I bet you won't be suiting up.
Anything else?
Coach, if he having a hard time choosing which player he want to play, he knows you're better than the upperclassmen, but your grades is terrible, but the upperclassmen grades is better, he's probably gonna choose the upperclassmen with the better grades, because he knows you're not on top of your
game.
Yeah.
All right. This was a plum pleasing pleasure for me, because I know your dad, and we look forward to you having a good season and possibly even coming out and filming one of your games. And as we always say, when you invest in your community, you're really just investing in yourself. But we also say, when we're doing this b-ball thing, now them other guys might be tiptoeing through the tulips, but Cascade Sports, we go hard in the paint. And when I say we go hard, bro. Good night.
This program is brought to you by the City of Fountains Coaches Association.